be out today because of a family obligation. Sorry I can't be with you guys, and I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. But I asked Miss Case to come in, and you know that she's a teacher on track too, so she knows perfectly well how the team runs as well as how the school runs. So feel free to stay in line. No think sheets. So Miss Case, thank you so much for helping. I really, really, really appreciate you staying in for me today. The what do you expect? Page 13. If you could pass those out, and you might have to do some sharing amongst each other for those what do you expect books. We're going to be working on page 13 and also a little bit on page 17, and it'd be really helpful if you went ahead and paused the video and drew some tree diagrams to represent the situation. If you look carefully at number 11, it tells you an example where you're rolling a number cube once and then you roll it again, and you're taking a product of those answers. So take a moment, pause the video, do a tree diagram to represent that situation. Well, really tree diagrams, right? Because you're doing a number cube, it has 6 sides. So hint, hint, you should have 6 tree diagrams. Okay, so do a tree diagram, and also on the end, write down the products. You know, if you roll a 1 one time and then a 1 the next time, 1 times 1 is 1. If you roll a 6 the first time and then a 5 the second time, the product would be 30. Go ahead and do your tree diagrams, and on the bottom also write your products so you can use that to help you answer some of these questions. Specifically number 11 on page 13, and then also we use it again on page 17 for numbers 24, 25, 26, and 27. Ooh, and 28 too. So pause the video, come on back. All right, hopefully you have some tree diagrams, and I know mine's kind of small, and hopefully you spread yours out a little bit. In green are my products, okay? All right, number 11 talks about Raimundo's prime number multiplication game. Player A rolls 2 number cubes and gets 10 points for every prime number. Player B rolls and gets 1 point for every non-prime. So just keep in mind that the smallest product is 1, the highest is 36. So does anyone know what the prime numbers are between 1 and 36? Feel free to pause the video in case someone has an idea. Remember, prime is a number that only can be divided by 1 in itself. So the prime numbers are 2, 3, and 5. So take a moment and look through your tree diagrams and see how many times you see the products of 2, 3, and 5. So here I would be checking my green values, looking for all my 2, 3s, and 5s. 1 times 5 and 5 times 1 would be counted as 2 different outcomes. All right, so if you did that, you would find out that there are 6 different ways that you can get a prime number out of 36, and therefore the opposite must be true, right? 30 out of 36 would be non-prime. All right, keeping that in mind, the question here says that they are going to do this 100 times. 100 times. All right, so use your expected outcomes here and go ahead and solve for 100.
Yes, I see.
All right, did you do that? And you should have gotten, let's see, I worked this out here, 17 for prime and 83 for non-prime. So expected you would get a prime number 17 times, and expected you would get an non-prime 83 times. Well, if you get all 17 times, you get that prime number you wanted, and if each one of those is 10 points, how many points would you earn? And the same thing is true for non-prime. If you got all 83 times you got a non-prime number, like expected, and you got 1 point for each one, how many points would you get? So is it really fair? Is it really a fair game? They can earn up to 170 points, and they can earn up to 83 points. That's the most you could get. Doesn't seem very fair to me. Seems to me like, is it person A? Player A has an unexpected advantage. You're not really sure. Could not, maybe they won't get all 170 points, but they could. That's the max they could get. All right, try number 12. Number 12, read that one carefully and see if you can decide who's right, Rachel or Mariana. All right, Rachel says that we're going to get a product of 1 exactly once. Well, it's true. There's only one product of 1, right? However, is that definitely going to happen? No, maybe not. Remember, this is all chance. So it could happen where you only get 1, but remember when we did those experiments in class the other day, and some people got more than the theoretical probability? Well, Rachel could too. So Mariana is correct in this case. All right, number 13. Go ahead and pause the video, read it carefully, and see if you can decide who seems correct here. All right, Rachel says you're only going to get a product of 23. Can you get a product of 23? Well, 23 is a prime number. Did you know that? The only way to get 23 is 1 times 23. And if you're rolling a number cube, could you roll a 1? Sure. Could you roll a 23? No, that's totally impossible. Because it's impossible, yes, Rachel is correct. Rachel is correct. It's absolutely impossible to get the number 23. It's not even a chance. It's 0% chance.